Hi, good afternoon. It's Thursday the 26th, I believe it is. I haven't done many videos over the last couple of weeks as I went on a family girls holiday to Malaga. I've not been away in about 8 years, mainly because of money, mainly because of being, all of a sudden because of menopause, it affected me flying. Thank goodness that's gone. And then yesterday I had the two of my grandchildren. They're aged 2 and nearly 5. So if you think I had any time to do anything, you've not got kids. So I thought I'd come on today, and it's just a quick one because I think I know which direction I want to take my channel now, and it's still probably going to squiff to different parts because I'm have many interests, but my main interest is my spirituality and my spiritual journey, and I think this is one I want to share really because I know since focusing more on it, it's really making a difference to me. And it's not always easy when you've had like my pre-programmed sort of negative mindset, and the universe has been over the last few years give me signs to almost shove me to the point of, like, last year I gave up my job because it was just destroying me. And that was last June, I think, or July. I think it might have been June. Since then I've kind of thought, right, I know what I kind of want to do. I love baking, I love cooking for people. It's just something I like, I find quite sort of natural about me. I'm not very good with a cookbook. I vibe my own recipes really. Anyway, then when that happened, I kept trying to sort of go into a direction, but then life was throwing me different challenges, I have to be honest. But it was almost as if I was having an unveiling of truth with relationships and all sorts, and it has been sort of difficult to navigate really, because I was trying to build myself up on so many levels. I think I've actually been taken right down to the bottom, and then January I started to think I need to follow everything that's natural in me, everything that I've felt from a young age really, and embrace it all. And since doing that, it's sort of in January, like I said, it's something I've always had an interest in, and probably never just give myself time for it. But now I can see things are working, and things, once I decided to what you need to do, it's self-care. You have to start with you. So if you want to change your world, if you want to change your life, you have to change you and what goes on and your mindset. And this is what I'm learning. And obviously I would like to update you with reactions to people, to things I've found, because YouTube is and podcasts are a massive mine of information, and it's like a whole new world. The biggest thing you can learn to do is switch the bloody news off, blank out the negative Nells, the negativity in your life. And that takes some work, it takes some doing, because I'm 56 now, so imagine the habits I'm having to unlearn and to sort of renew. So yes, I'm going to see who joins me on this journey. I'm going to just put it out there and see who listens, because what I'm finding out is amazing. And let me just grab the books, they should have been to hand. This is what I'm started. Well, I'm on day, I think it's day 4, no, day 3. It's day 3 I am on, and because I didn't have a chance to do it this morning, I'm doing it after I've done this video. And this is by the same author that did The Secret. Now, I read this when it first came out because it was massive, and it's always been in the back of my head, and because I've never been a conventional religious person, I've always thought of the bigger power out there. And like I said, I've grabbed spirituality by the gills this time and really going with it. And I know whatever I've been doing up to now has not been working, so I'm handing myself over to the universe, basically. And I wrote a list of names, just keep inspiring me, sort of even just of recent days. Not yesterday, the day before, I had a little bit of time to myself because of this heat, and just I don't know, it's just how I've come across them, I don't know, but they've been absolutely brilliant. It's just, I must have just been drawn to it on YouTube. For example, Andre Duckham, Duqum. He's got a channel. If you just search his name on YouTube, Dr. Sue Morter, Dr. Tara Swart. Then I've been listening to the podcasts of Canny Crystals, who through that podcast, through Marty, the chap's name is who does that, I've come across Emma Mumford and Hayley Sparks, just to name a couple of them. And so instead of having my usual murder and true crime and ghosty woasties, which I do still, I like to delve in, but instead of having that into my brain most of the time, I'm having these running that I'm either sitting listening to as I'm baking or cooking, or as I'm doing my journaling. And it's just, it's a revelation to me. And if you are wanting to go on a spiritual journey, if you are wanting to find a better life, I suggest listening to these people, because some of these as well, that it's scientifically proven. So what more evidence do you need? So I hope you follow me. And what I'll do is, when I'm looking at listen to a certain podcast or a certain YouTube video, I will come on here, talk about it, how I feel it's influenced me, the ideas that I've got from it. Same with the books that I'm looking at. So like, I'm very much going to sort of be promoting to my family. They need to be reading this. It's easy to read. I mean, I think it's on Prime Video. It used to be on Netflix, but it's on Amazon Prime if you've got an account. They've got the film of this. Absolutely inspiring is all I can say. And this is just so exciting. And I'm going to stick to it. It's a 28 day tasks. Easy enough, it's not difficult. But if you want change, you have to do something. You have to change up here, definitely. The main word I'm getting is gratitude. And I think you can think you're being grateful, but I think you forget all the things that you should actually be grateful for. And being grateful goes a hell of a long way. You'll hear a lot about that when you listen to the podcast or the people that I've there's a few I've recommended there. I'm still trying to push ahead with where I'm going to, sort of career wise, business wise. What I want to know is I want to nurture, whether it's through baking, whether it's through my meals, or whether it's through spirituality. And I'm going to be learning as much as I can, as much as I can, and that I want to be able to pass on. For instance, today I thought I wouldn't open it until I've got this. Is very much getting into my crystals. That's another thing that I've done for on and off over time. Like, for instance, I've had this rose quartz for about sort of 30 years. But like I said, I've been listening to Canny Crystals, and as much as he's got his website, it's not about him shoving it down your throat saying, oh, you must buy this to be able to listen to this. It's not at all. But I did decide to make a purchase from him because it's not something you can get everywhere. So that's Canny Crystals podcast, which you can get on any any way that you know, there we go, Canny Crystals, anywhere that you get your podcast from. If you can see that, I will put links in the description below. Highly recommend you listening to Marty. He's just a wonderful way of it's stuck down there. I thought I hadn't got it there. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So that's me opening it. It's just come in a lovely little bag, and this is Moldavite. And it's 1.5 grams, and this I'm getting out for the first time. This is a very special piece of stone, and I'll tell you more about it. Just one moment. And I'm back. Oh, I've got a very demanding cat that came in. She's so vocal, and if you didn't want to have to listen to her talking to me, demanding that I walk her to a dish and bowl. But anyway, so yes, my Moldavite, which I can't do anything with it yet because I need to cleanse it first. But this I got because it's quite a fast acting crystal. It's sort of for spiritual awakening, transformation, energy shifts, and for accelerate personal evolution, enhance psychic abilities, and facilitate deep meditation. Just to give you like a brief sort of description of it, but it's Moldavite is a rare meteor impact glass. So this is why it is quite pricey, but I've heard, and the cat's back, if you can probably hear it, and the canary, and so yes, my little darling vocal familiars. Hello, Prudence. Yes, it's meant to be a very sort of strong sort of crystal, so I definitely want to be working with that. I've got more sort of upstairs and dotted around the house, but I'm very much into connecting with the earth. It's just, that's about me. I've got stones from my walks or when I was on holiday all over the place, because I love them. They catch my eye. They're fascinating with them, and as part of my morning ritual I hold on to one of the stones I found. This was just a normal stone, but stone that is sort of called to me, picked up, brought home. I still cleanse them, even though you might only call them your bog standard stones, but to me they're the earth. They are ancient. They are thousands of years old. What they have within them is more than I'll ever be. So I absolutely adore them. And one of the stones that I keep finding at the moment that I'm really that I really love, and I've got 3 examples here. This one's mine, which I keep on my altar. This one I gave to my husband. It's a nice big manly one. And this is just another one I've got. Oops. Here. I don't know whether you can see it so clearly here. They had these grey black stones, and all these were just found. There wasn't bought, they were found, and they're called wish stones. And I've been finding lots of them, and when I do, when I was on holiday, I found some and I gave them to my family members, because as soon as I saw this one at Cannock Chase, is where I found this one, I said to my granddaughter, this is a healing stone, this is. It's very special, you know, a very special stone. And then because I've got more obsessed with my stones that I'm finding, I've got a rock identifying app, and then sort of go on from there. And then I'm finding out more about them, and that's when I found out it's not a healing stone, it's a wish stone. So if you ever come across one of those, keep it, cleanse it. I'm going to sage all mine later, which is shortly after this, which is the easiest way. But yes, so I am obsessed with rocks and stones, and that's something else I will talk about, and also that comes up in the secret and the magic of rocks. So if you fancy listening to my more directed YouTube, which I'm, you know, it's evolving like I am since last year, and it's you know, it takes the time to sort of find your groove, but I now know what I need to be doing more strongly than ever. I'm getting more of my brain's becoming more aligned. So yes, if you want to sort of see my waffling on about spirituality, things I'm learning, and like I said, this is with scientific proof, you know, and so people can say what they want, but this is amazing. It's so enlightening. It's about removing the bullshit out of your life, quite frankly, and just being grateful. Changing your mindset, finding gratitude, and learning to manifest. So I hope that's kind of made some sense to you. So like I said, the names that are worth having a look on the internet, especially I saw an interview with this Andre, like I'm terrible with pronunciations, Duquam, Duqum, him and Dr. Tara Swart. Absolutely buzzed me. And I tell you, this is what they do. They set the energetic vibrations off in my body and my brain, and it's just, I recommend it. You can take it or leave it, but if you have a look, see what you think. If it's something that you're interested in, something you want to learn along with me, then come back. If you can like the video, subscribe. I don't know whether you could describe me, but yeah, if you can subscribe, that would be amazing. I'm going to continue to do these whatever numbers and blah de blah, because I know what this is doing for me at the moment. People around me can see how this is affecting, and it is like a ripple effect. It's wonderful in the world we're living in. Don't we just need that? So take care. Thanks if you listened from the beginning to the end, and I'll be back with some more info. I'm off to go cleanse my crystal. So excited about this Moldavite. So excited. Be interesting to see what happens next. Right then, so I will be back another day. Take care and have the best day that you can. Okay, bye.